was to be said has been said. As Said said, I've had a chance to go back to Somalia a few months back to reconnect back with the land that I had left as an innocent 7-year-old 21 years ago. I've seen plenty of good stories, but a lot of pain, adversity, trouble, and tears shed. The truth remains that we have become a burden to ourselves and to the world, but the good thing is there are people who are willing to help, like A.R.C and others. The fact remains that 99% of everyone who was killed in Somalia from 1991 to this day was killed by another Muslim Somali. And some famines are naturally made, but a lot more are man-made, and I'm afraid that the one that we're going through in Somalia is actually caused by my cousin, your cousin, his mother, my mother, and his third cousin. So then, it's a moral responsibility and a divine responsibility for us to clean up what we had caused ourselves. This is where the emphasis that they make on the diaspora truly appeals to me, because we need to stand up for this before anyone else. This is a Somali problem. That means that we ethnic Somalis have more responsibility than the international community, than America, than Kenya, than Ethiopia, than Djibouti, than A.R.C, and all these. It's great that people can help, but the greatest amount of responsibility is on you and on myself. With that said, you have heard what they said. I ask Allah to bless our efforts. Nothing can be done without the blessing of God. Nothing can be done without the permission of God. And every effort that we put together, God is able to open up higher horizon for us, to open up new doors for us, to bless the things that we do, to try to limit the bad and the chaos and the trouble and the tears that have been going on for 20 long years. So in that chapter, and in that state, and in that clean heart and pure soul, we ask Allah to forgive the sins of those who have passed away, and take off the trouble of those who are going through distress as we speak, and bring comfort and console the hearts of the mothers who witness the death of their sons and daughters day in and day out. And may Allah bless all of us, our families, and bless us enough to bless others. Life is all about giving. What's the point of going up in life if you can't bring somebody up? You're here in America, you're able to go to school, you're able to go here, everyone drove here, everyone has a cell phone, everyone goes back home, everyone is going to be able to eat. Life is not worth living on your own, because you were not born by yourselves. Two people brought you into this world, and they cared for you. The only time you're going to be alone is when you die, because no one else has to die for you to die. So then, let's embrace this mindset that life is just not about me as an individual. It's about the people that I care the most about. It's about my mother and my aunt. I've got cousins living all across Somalia. I've got them in Muluk and Adulam and Balambala and Gilo and Mogadishu and all over the place. Their joy is my joy. Their pain is also my pain. I ask Allah once again to bless all of us, to forgive our sins, and see us and give us the ability and the strength to get through this. It's not permanent. There's no storm that can last forever. 5 years down the road, Somalia is going to be better than this. But you want to look back and say, what did I do when my people were in need the most? I hope, inshallah, all of us will look back and say, I donated a few dollars for a cause that I believe in and a problem that my people are going through. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thanks for the Muhammad. Now we're going to go with a question and answer session. And I will ask all of you that you take your questions concise and direct to the topic. I think the fasting is contributing to my... Okay, before we get to the question and answer session, I ask all of you that you keep your questions direct to the topic, and every one of you will have about a minute or two to answer a question and get a response. So, if you raise your hand, you will go in order from the first and you raise your to the last. I think she was first.
Go ahead.
Lady first.
Go ahead.
No, but
I think that's good.
First of all, thank you, both of you, the guests, Saeed and Abu Musnad, Also, the Student Association, I think they left. And the youth group, all the Andean group. I think many people are doing wonderful activities. The response so far is great, mashallah. However, I think it's kind of scattered and disorganized there as far as Ohio is concerned. So I would say maybe it's better to coordinate together, and maybe it's okay, different groups doing different things for the same purpose, but why not coordinate and do it together at the same time? Many times, people came to us and said, I am a director of one of the mosques, and they say, we need to raise funds for the famine in Somalia. And the first question I asked them was, how do you deliver? What are you going to do? Do you have a 501c? Do you have a non-profit organization? Do you know anybody who's doing this besides you? And most of the times the answer is no, unfortunately. So people are aware of the situation, they want to do something, they want to help, but there's some kind of disconnection and confusion somewhere. So I think what your organization is doing is a good start. And I think before we leave from this meeting, I think we have to come up with some idea on how we're going to come up with the $10,000 in the match-up fund. That should be part of the agenda before we leave today. Who's going to collect, how we're going to collect, because that's $90,000. Forget about the 10,000. It's just the 90,000, that free money. Easy for our needy people back in Somalia. So shame on us if we don't collect this $10,000 somehow, in some way. That's my comment. But I have a question about, did you already have a representative in Ohio? How do you wanna engage the Ohio community, special Congress community? What are your plans? Are you coming just to give us a lecture and leave, or there are some plans about future cooperation? Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. What's your name?
Matt.
I think you pointed two things. Before I answer your question, it's very important when you say marching, or even more than marching is not 50-50. Can you break that down? There's another 10,000.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
So, but no, that's good.
But
no, that's good. 10,000 you raise, we can raise 90,000. You're right. That one I said we will try 90,000.
Yeah.
You raise $1 million, you can raise $9 million.
Yeah,
That's what gets Somalia. Seriously, this is how much we are so excited. Because Somali community is so raising for 45,000. And generally we're raising it 100,000, just like that. Just like that, less than a week. So that's how much we're trying to do. But one way I'll give you the hints is, I'm sure each one of you works somewhere. You went to whether it's a Target or either another corporate. Is if you identify one employee in general meeting and one employee, Somali Minnesota employee, and you care, obviously one of the health providers in Minnesota, change it because when we donate the 1,000, become part of the 1,000, it's not value. The you care that one of their employees, when we sat down, we said, oh, okay, one of your employees actually is the one of the 1,000 people. And they said, okay, who's that? And they hear his name because he makes an average money. And they were kind of surprised. I didn't think this $1,000 position we have to get. Guess what? Because of him, and because we approach it in terms of the profession, because of A.R.C's credibility, they give us $15,000 to start the whole this negotiations from the beginning. And this is how much we can do. I think this is how much each one of you identify your employer and see if they have a foundations. And number two, they are looking for an international organization that's critical. A.R.C has a critical Target. We have done all these corporate organizations in the U.S. They donate a lot of money to the Haiti period, even before that. So that is the end. So coming back to your question, yes, the reason we are here is to listen each one of you and see if you can count a group that represents you, and we can say, okay, I mean, that's fine. But it would be very good if it came from you guys. You appoint a group who can represent and say, we have these 5 people, we have 7 people who will represent our Ohioans, and they will work with A.R.C. And that would be very good. That is what we love to see. That's how we work in Minnesota. That's how we are doing. So if you have, I think I'll leave it to you guys to discuss and come up with that. But we're willing to work with the group that we don't.
I think
So the next question, please. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Obviously, you have a lecture. Okay, you had mentioned different cities in Somalia, and you technically said such as Somaliland, Puntland, Puntland, and so on. Some of us know the problem right now is happening in the Dadaab and
Southern Somalia.
Southern Somalia. Get the region by the whole. Those cities are the cities that need the most. All of us know the show that they have a lot of attention. And so if we give you our money right now, are you ready to deliver those cities that need the most?
Good question. I mentioned to you that we were, actually let me explain it. When I talk about Somaliland and Puntland and Gimlu, we were there last year before the drought happened. So because those are relatively stable places. So we were trying to find a head office. Remember in my first explanation, A.R.C. is going to have head office inside Somalia, not in the kingdom. That was part of the deal. They have to be based inside, so it's getting from the U.S. to Somalia. And so what we were trying to do, we have a partner in Galkari and Kahala, but also we were trying to identify in Hargeisa and also in Gero and also other parts of the area. That was the last before the famine happened. Now, because of the famine, we are in Mogadishu under the transition of the government. We are also exploring the South Central part, Jay, Bako, Lower Shabelle, Gero, all those parts of that. We are exploring. That's why we are having a team built in Minnesota. They came from those areas, so they have relatives in those areas. So they will make telephone calls. So we have 5 to 10 questions. They will ask him, yes, if it's family relative, they will ask him, how's the neighbor doing? Are they getting enough food? Is there a clinic available there? So before we respond to them, those are actual control areas. So we have to be very careful, yes, but we want to engage in, and we're using a plan A strategy and plan B strategy. Doesn't work. But we are committed to reach as much as we can there, identifying a reliable local partner organization working in that area is possible. If you know those areas where the South Central area, the difficult accessible, very difficult to control. If you know, it's very hard to go there because we are concerned about the safety of the people we are providing the service, number one. We are concerned about the safety of our staff. We are also concerned about the money that we give to us to make sure it goes to the right place. So those are the 2 things we consider. So we're not taking it lightly, but we are getting to that. We have a team who went to Dublin. I think if you know it. Our team, they come from the other part, to the border of the Dadaab, and they came inside Somalia. And they went to Dublin. And we are planning to start in Dublin some material work. So what we try to do is to make sure we reach the people before they can start into the Dublin. Yes, the DAP, the need to speak there. International community is possible. There are a number of international organizations working there. But inside Somalia, very, very few international organizations working inside Somalia. And we are focusing on the 2.85 billion people inside Somalia. Those are 500 have left now. I hope I answered your question. I'm the general manager of